Alright guys, so before we get into the main point of the video, which is slope-intercept form of a line, we're going to just recap really quick about horizontal and vertical lines because you have a quiz next class. The equation of a horizontal line is y equals b, or y equals a number, and the slope is 0. For a vertical line, the equation is x equals a, or x equals a number, and the slope is undefined. Make sure you know how to graph, how to write the equation, all that good stuff for the quiz next class. Okay, now we're going to talk about something that shouldn't be new to you. You should have saw this in 8th grade. Past tense. You should have seen this in 8th grade. Also, a lot of you have been saying this for like weeks now, and I've been saying, oh, we're going to get there, we're going to get there. We're finally here, okay? Slope-intercept form of a line. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, this is the equation of a line. The reason it's called slope-intercept form is because you have a slope and a y-intercept. Pretty straightforward. They weren't really crafty when they came up with this. Slope, intercept. Very straightforward. Okay, you also have your output, which is the y, also known as your dependent variable, and your x, which is your input or your independent variable. Slope-intercept form of a line is very, very, very straightforward. We're going to first talk about how to graph a line given in slope-intercept form. So, here are some steps. The first thing you're going to do is plot the y-intercept. 0, b. Okay, remember the y-intercept is always a point that goes on the y-axis. The second thing you're going to do is use the slope, rise over run, to plot as many points as possible on your graph. Three, connect the points. Use a ruler, please. We have them in the class, just don't break them. And then 4, you want to check to make sure the graph makes sense. What I mean by that is if the slope is positive, then the graph should increase. And the opposite, if the slope is negative, then the graph should decrease. Okay, this stuff we know. I don't know why the font there is a little bit thicker, but we're going to move on. So here's some examples. As you guys know, if this is something that you really remember and you feel like you're good at, you can make some quick notes on it and fast forward or speed up the video, whatever you need to do. If you need to pause it, slow down, also feel free to do that. So here, in order to graph it, it says plot my y-intercept. So what is my y-intercept? It's the b value. So 0, b, in this case the b is -1. That's my y-intercept. So I'm going to go over nothing, down to -1, and plot a nice point on my y-axis. Then I need to use my slope, which is 2/3, to plot some more points. Remember, I can go up 2, right 3, or down 2, left 3 when I have a positive slope. So up 2, right 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I can't go any more that way, so then I go back to my y-intercept, go down 1, 2, go over 1, 2, 3, and then down 2, 1, 2, left 1, 2, 3. When you connect them, just like I am right now, make sure you go all the way through the points and add arrows on both ends. Right now, I encourage you to pause the video and try number 2 on your own. Number 2 is a little special because there is no b value. I just have y equals mx. When I have that, I can say it's y equals mx plus 0, telling me that my y-intercept is the point 0, 0. So I plot the point 0, 0, which is my origin, right in the center of my two axes. And then I can use my slope of negative 5 over 2 to add more points. Remember, I can go up 5, left 2, or down 5, right 2. So I'm going to go up 5 first, and then I'm going to go left 1, 2, go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 1, 2. And my line, when I connect them, is decreasing, which makes sense for a negative slope, so I know it's correct. Next, we're going to talk about how to write the equation in slope-intercept form. First thing you want to do is identify the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is the point 0, comma b, and it's where the line crosses the y-axis. I don't know why some of the letters are coming out thick and some of them are not. Just bear with me, guys. This iPad has got a mind of its own. The second step would be to identify the slope using rise over run. And remember, the slope is m. The third step would be to put all the, all the info into the equation, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so again, I have a couple of examples. 2 are graphs, 1 is not. I do encourage you to pause and try it on your own. If not, you can keep watching. So first thing I want to do is find my y-intercept. Again, it's the point where I cross the y-axis, so it's this point that I'm coloring in teal right here. So my y-intercept is 0, 3. My b value is 3. I can then find my slope. How do I get from one point to the next point? Well, I can go up 1 and right 2. Both of those are positive movements, so my slope is rise over run 1 over 2. When I put that in slope-intercept form, I'm going to have y equals my slope, which is 1/2, times x, plus my y-intercept, which is 3. And that's my equation for this line that is graphed above. For this graph here, my y-intercept is 2, 0, 2, so the b value is 2. And I can find my slope Again, rise over run. I can go down, 1, 2, 3. Down is negative, and right, 1. Right is positive. So my slope is negative 3 over 1, or just negative 3. When I write the equation, I have y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept. So that's when you have a graph. If I don't have a graph, it's even more simple because they just give me the slope and the y-intercept. Here, my slope, which is m, is 1/3. My y-intercept, which is b, is 5. So I need to put them in the proper place in y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to have y equals 1/3 times x plus 5. And that's slope-intercept form, guys. There's not much else to it. All right, make sure you take notes, and if you have any questions, write them down so I can answer them at the beginning of class next class.